This is a sorely needed replacement of two wooden bridges. Um, they're so old; they're older than I am. So if they continue to deteriorate, there may be serious transportation issues for areas on the west side of these bridges. Such as load restrictions. So we are very concerned about that.
Okay, thank you, Chairman.
What are the potential consequences to the community if this project does not go forward?
Well, like I said, I've been with the DOT for 40 years now. I've seen kids swimming across a stream because the bridge collapsed to get to school. And as we speak today, Kuhio Highway on the island of Kauai, the road is collapsing because the bridge is collapsing. Half of the road is gone, so we have an emergency crew out there right now trying to determine what remedies we can do to declare an emergency situation. But, all of those scenarios would become now possible. If there's further deterioration to these bridges, because they're not replaced, we would need to place load limits on them. Your city buses would definitely not be able to go over them. We would not allow city buses to go over them because, hey, we don't want the bridge to fall down. So there's a lot of different scenarios that, and all of them have negative impacts to the people that live on the west side of this bridge.
Are city buses still going over any of these bridges today?
Yes.
In your estimation, what is the life remaining of this bridge?
It's already reached its life, but we're doing.
What was its life expectancy then?
I don't know what the life expectancy of wooden bridges are. That design is so old. Like I said, it's older than me. So
You said the bridge is roughly 75 years old or so.
Yeah, it was built about 1930, so it's 80 something years old right now, and it's wooden. It was burned in 2006, which further deteriorated the bridges.
But you can't tell us today how much life expectancy you imagine to be left in this old relic thing.
No, it lasted longer than we had thought because it's already, according to our bridge engineer, it's already exceeded its life expectancy. So, we're we're in that scenario where, we've already gone past that.
Thank you. Councilmember Garcia.
I just wanted to add, to try to answer your question, how much life is left in the bridges. What's happening is because DOT understands they are wooden bridges, they're conducting regular inspections on them to make sure that there's no chance of imminent failure. But having said that, they're very aware that the bridges are timber. There's a danger of some compromise at a future date, but they are doing maintenance in the meantime. And that's part of the impetus for why they want to replace them as quickly as they can.
So in addition to the fire damage, I mean, does the bridge also suffer from extensive termite damage?
Yes, they have. Timbers have been replaced. Bridge 3 was where the 2006 fire occurred. So we're aware that the timbers are inspected and replaced.
Okay, so the bridge does have extensive termite damage in addition to the fire damage?
These bridges are so old. Chemicals that were used to termite treat the timber is creosote. Today, creosote is not allowed because it's not environmentally friendly, but it had protected the bridges from termite damage. I can't say that there's no termite damage, but the chemicals that were used to treat it did a pretty good job.
Councilmember Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I also share the concern that was echoed by Chair Martin. If this was such an urgent project, then applicant and agency should have been here at the last committee meeting. I know that the S&P restricts us to what impacts we have on the ocean resources. I mean, strictly speaking, right? Somewhere along the line, though, people get lost in this. People get affected by it. Not just the nearshore resources. Chair Anderson asked the question I would have asked about the integrity and of the bridges in question. I got bridges in my district, and probably in worse shape than this one. They managed to still stay afloat.
What was its life expectancy then?
I don't know what the life expectancy of wooden bridges are. That design is so old, like I said, it's older than me. So
Because DOT understands they are wooden bridges, they're conducting regular inspections on them to make sure that there's no chance of imminent failure. But having said that, they're very aware that the bridges are timber. There's a danger of some compromise at a future date, but they are doing maintenance in the meantime.